Ladies and gentlemen, if you was under a rock, I'm about to unrock you and tell you about the YSL indictment. This is a deep dive by Rap Palette. Material was courtesy of hip hop, hotnewhiphop.com. We're going to talk about the players, what's going on, with Young Thug and the whole organization being locked up. The entire YSL organization. They're facing up to 56 count of criminal activity, and I'm going to break everything down for you and what I've learned about the RICO case so far, courtesy of hotnewhiphop.com. And the author of this was Robert Blair. Give him his kudos. He did a phenomenal job on this, and you can go read up on this. I'll leave a link in the description so you can read this up yourself. Let's get into it. A little over a year ago, Young Thug YSL label just unveiled their second compilation, Slime Language 2. Upon its release on April 16, 2022, the record skyrocketed to the top of the Billboard charts, first week sales upwards to 113,000 units. In October of this year, Young Thug's sophomore album, Punk'd, repeat to the featuring of Gunna's DS4 would equal to at the outset of 2022, boasting a stellar roster of belligerent talent and its in-house producers. Atlanta icon, who was crowned the most influential of the previous decade by BBC and his Atlantic-backed imprint, were quite frankly firing on all cylinders and were becoming a real force within hip-hop, the culture, in a way that now has surpassed its singular frame. But now the entire organization has been taken from the pinnacle of an industry to the depths of despair after being hit with a mammoth federal indictment comprising of 56 counts and 28 people. The authorities claim that they conspired to associate together with others for a common purpose of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activities and participating in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activities. YSL. Alleged to be a blood-affiliated gang, the charges are being brought to the court as a RICO case, a legal proceeding that was originally introduced to aim law enforcement to go after the mob, to function in such a way that defendants can truly be guilty by association, because with a RICO, racketeering, influence, and corruption organization case, all it takes is being knowingly contributing to a criminal enterprise in a way for you to be implicated. As such, everything from music videos to flashing, piercing gang signs can enlist as evidence. Launched as a partnership between the Atlanta Police Department and the District Attorney's Office in an effort to crack down on gang activity at large, Fannie T. Wills, Fulton County District Attorney, described the platinum-selling artist Thugger as one of the top offenders. At the time of his arrest, Thugger was said to have possessed of 20 bottles of YSL slime drink containing THL, 1,299 grams of marijuana, 31 bottles of promethazine coating syrup, a Schedule V controlled substance, a Glock 30S, a .45 caliber firearm, a Glock 357 firearm, an FN57 firearm, a Glock 19 9mm firearm, a Smith & Wesson MP firearm, a fully automatic Glock 45 9mm handgun, and extended magazine clips and converted switches. You know the switches, the one that go along with Jeffrey Williams himself, Yak Gotti, Pee Wee Roscoe, Duke, Thug's brother Unfunk has also been indicted in the case of the latter, who had previously escaped a life sentence for murdering after 11 years behind bars. The indictment claimed that Unfunk, real name Quintavious Guerra, had made arrangement for enemies of YSL to be assassinated in jail, as well as reportedly flying a drone to a jail window in order to deliver contraband cell phone. In one of the most startling revelations, Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kinchins, also has found himself accused of lesser charges of the conspiracy to violate RICO, as well as various other drug-selling charges, including meth, marijuana, and hydrocodone. Aside for the more high-profile figures, the other men who have been implicated in as following is Khalif Adams, a.k.a. Bobby Hunt, Dontel Beebe, a.k.a. B.R.B., Dontel Blocker, a.k.a. Bell, Jarvis Bedford, a.k.a. Tudor, Justin Cobb, a.k.a. Dua, Cordelius Dorsey, a.k.a. Polo or Juicy, Miles Farley, a.k.a. Slotto or Lil Miles, Javon Fleetwood, a.k.a. Fortray or Psycho, Demekion Garlington, a.k.a. D or Sax Fair, Marcravius Huey, a.k.a. Q, Winnie Lee, a.k.a. Slime Law Shorty, Denise McCullough, a.k.a. Nerd, Quayus Min, a.k.a. Stunner, Walter Murphy, a.k.a. DK, Jaden Marek, a.k.a. Set Trip or J-Man, Cornmeravius Nickel, a.k.a. Q, Rodesselin Wright, a.k.a. Lil Rod, Antonio Sludge, a.k.a. Mook Tunk, Trontavius Stephens, a.k.a. Tick or Slug, Shannon Stillwell, a.k.a. Shannon Jackson or SB, or Antonio Slumman, a.k.a. Obama. Them names are kind of different. When you develop into the acquired substance of what Thug and his co are facing, the charges vary in terms in both activity and severity. Now, here's the thing. Among the most headline-grabbing of them all, Thug is alleged to have personally rented a car, a 2014 Infiniti Q50 to be precise, that was used in the commission of a murder of Devon Peanut Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, in a drive-by shooting that took place around Castleberry Hill. In the wake of the killing, it was reported that Thug spoke to incarcerated Kyle Oley of the Sex Money Murder Crew, who have apparently also been referenced in his music on a monitoring cell phone, allegedly. The killing was green-lighted by Oley, carried out by YSL after it was revealed that Thomas was preparing to give a testimony in court. The following day, Thug posted a video on Instagram which is being interpreted by prosecutors as an admission of his and his label involvement, with the rapper declaring that lied to my mama, lied to my kids, lied to my brothers and sisters, to then get right into the courtroom and tell God the honest truth. Don't get it. Y'all ends need to get effing killed, bro. From me and YSL. Rather than being isolated from this incident, the Fulton County DA had claimed that Thomas' murder was a catalyst for the violence of the streets in Atlanta like we never seen before. In addition to the drive-by, authorities also has stated that YSL was behind the March stabbing of YFN Lucci with a homemade shank. A Fulton County judge, according to them, two associates, Christian Big Bro Embers and Antonio Muntunk, oh my God, have been caught discussing how to obtain permission from Slime, a.k.a. Jeffrey Williams, to make a second attempt to murder YFN Lucci while he remained incarcerated. This is where I get into where the lyrics could be evidence. Away from the alleged deeds, any of contraband found in his rented Buckhead mansion. Rented. Lord Jesus. The lyrics of Thug and other artists tracked has been taunted and overt of furtherance of a conspiracy. Among the bars in questions, prosecutors intended to cite the lengthy passage from the version of Ooh, which states, "Red just like Elmo, but never effing giggle. YSL won't fold. Pick his ass off from the balcony. YSL, wipe your nose. I'm a F for that cash, then she gon' robbed by the tick. In the Bentley on the West, Lee getting tailored by the sniper. All I ever wanted was the money. Put my hands in the air if you dare. Any ever step over here. F and N put them in a wheelchair. Oh my God. According to their filings, Tick referred to alleged wife and co-founder Stephens to being wiped in the nose as a slang to commit murder. On top of the tracks from a formation of slime language chewed under the microscope, other instances including a collaboration with Nicki Minaj, Anybody. I never kill anybody, I got you. Something I do with that body. 2018. Just how it is. Give the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. 2020. Take it to trial. For slime, you know I killed. Try, I done beat it twice. State, I'm undefeated like the feds. And they snatch me. Given the enlisted lyrics as evidence in controversy practice, it seems that it circumvent the right to an artist's license or creativity in general. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie was defends the decision to state that at the press conference that the issue has been ruled by the courts. I knew that the question was coming. I believe in the First Amendment, but it's one of the most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence and such. In a case, we put the over and predict acts within the RICO count because we believe that exactly what it is. At the moment, New York has passed a bill in motion which seeks to eradicate this hip-hop oriented proceedings. In recent months, it has acquired the wholehearted support of some of the game's biggest stars like Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Big Sean, and Killer Mike, and Run the Jewels. Definitely. Despite the evidence that's mounting up, Brian Steele, a lawyer for Thug, informed Rolling Stone Mr. Thug has committed no violation of law whatsoever and will be fighting this case ethically, legally, and zealously. Mr. Williams will be clear. Likewise, Gunna legal team has said that Sergio Kitchens, known for Gunna, is innocent and stated that the indictment falsely portrays his music as part of a criminal conspiracy. At first, the court hearing, Don Samuel doubled down and stated that Gunna has no felony convictions of any kind, and we're sitting in jail at this point on a RICO allegation involving 2 motor vehicle offenses plus lyrics. As for the likelihood Thug and his associates escaping unscattered, RICO expert Jeff Gordon delivered a grim prognosis. If these defendants did what they're accused of doing, it's kind of a slam dunk, he told Vice. Not that any RICO case is easily to be proved, but when you are dealing with a blatant criminal activity like what they're accused of, murder, aggravated assault, drug dealing, attempted murder, all these things clearly acts of racketeering. So if they do those things, you're a long way home as a prosecutor. Alongside concluding that he'd rather be on the prosecuting side, he shed light on some of the assets at their disposal, claiming that it appears as though they have got recordings. Maybe they had phone taps and listening devices, and obviously has posted a lot of stuff on social media. If the evidence is strong, a defense attorney looking at the writing on the wall, you will want to advise your clients to take a plea deal and try to get as much as a reduced sentence as possible. Although Greer suggested that it may take upwards to a year for this trial to commence, Thug's hearing saw him hit with new charges after a subsequent raid at his residence, including the possession of marijuana, intent to distribute, possession of a Schedule 3, 4, and 5 controlled substance with intent to distribute, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapons, or a silencer, 3 counts of being a person employed by associated with a criminal street gang, to conduct and participate in criminal activities, through the commission of a crime. Despite Steele's best efforts and Thug's apparent willingness to wear an ankle monitor and surrender his passport, William was denied bond regardless of these stipulations. The judge ultimately sided with the prosecution and ruled that not only was William a flight risk, but he could hinder the administration of justice, given that they had not apprehended everyone under the indictment. By the way, to retort to the defense lawyer, used Thug resume and evidence and his status to upstanding citizen, claiming that he has built himself from the rubble. He has performed in every continent except Antarctica. On top of that, he reaffirmed that Thug, who's suddenly stands accused of being a criminal mastermind, has never been found guilty of any felony prior before the RICO brought up. At the moment, the DA has said that it may take around 2 weeks for everyone on the indictment to be brought into custody. As of now, it looks like Thug and Gunna will be spending a foreseeable future behind bars unless they're bound and grounded. Now, this is the deep dive. Now, you tell me what you think. I just gave you a whole thing. Nobody's doing this. It's 17, 20 minutes of funk. You tell me what you think. Or do you tell me that you have the information? What do you think? Do you think they're guilty or do you think they're innocent? But this is what happens when you perpetuate a negative lifestyle that leads you behind bars. Thank you for listening. This is Rap Palette out.